Now I want to invite our second speaker onto the stage and have a little interview, have a little discussion around transformation. So fully transforming your operations, your business model towards the next customer. So with me here on stage is Dikov, Country Manager, Germany, Benelux and Nordics from Wakam. Very excited to have you here today.
Thank you, Esther, for this invitation. Appreciate it.
Wakam is a European digital insurer providing white label and digital products to their distribution partners. What is remarkable, however, and I'm sure you've met Rado and the team already during the DIA, but what is remarkable is that Wakam used to be La Parisienne Assurance, founded in 1829, and has managed to actually completely transform their business model and customer base. Today, Wakam has over 400 running partnerships, over 150 distribution partners, and is present in 32 European countries. So for me, there is not many that can actually better speak about a full transformation of their business model than Wakam and Rado. So I want to dive right into it actually with you, Rado, and ask you a couple of questions around this transformation that you achieved and what this really takes to also nudge some of you to go into maybe a similar direction. As the first question, I would love to know what actually was the trigger, because I believe this transformation started actually quite early. What was the trigger for this transformation?
There were several triggers about this change and this transformation of our company. The first one was coming from the social trends that we saw. Basically, this journey started around 15 years ago. And during this social changes and social shift, we saw that there is a rise of digitalization. Also, the risk exposure is changing dramatically in respect of usage-based insurance. And this was, let's say, the initial point to have internal discussion how to position Wakam and how to build our strategy in order to be successful. The second point is the customer centricity. So we wanted to understand what will be the future customer behavior, what will be the need of products and services in respect of insurance industry. So from this point of view, this was some kind like foundation for our company to decide that we will focus on distribution of digital products, and we will do this based on the freedom of services in European Union. And the third point, this is the positioning of Wakam. We are fully fledged insurance company, but still we want to position strategically between incumbent insurers and insurtechs. So this is in a nutshell all these triggering points.
And what I love about this, it all comes down to really empathy towards the changing environment of the customer. So the trigger point actually was that you see a next customer, we need to do something, and that with a very successful business actually. I mean, La Parisienne Assurance was not unsuccessful.
Correct.
So this also takes some really bold moves and commitments. Can you guide us through the boldest moves that you had to do in order to really fully transform?
Yes, I think this is even more interesting part of our journey because in 2015, our CEO, Olivier Jaillon, decided to sold out the entire distribution network and also to outsource the claims handling in order to be more focused on the main strategic pillars for our company. Then, several years later, he decided also to get rid of our legacy system and to develop and to implement a brand new platform, which is called Play and Plug. Very playful platform for our partners, and through APIs we connect our products and services in a digital way with our distribution partners. And the last change was in 2020, the rebranding of the company. You heard 1829 till 2020. The company was called La Parisienne, and we decided to rename the company, and the company became Wakam, which is much more well-matching with our digital strategy and our DNA to be digital native and digital insurance company.
So to be clear, you had a customer base, La Parisienne Assurance had a customer base, something that all the insurtechs are longing for in this room, something that every insurer is looking to enlarge, and you decided to let go of this customer base?
Yes. This was really very bold move, but it worth it. And the main results that you mentioned in the beginning and KPIs of the company are confirming this. Our company is also mission-driven company. We are very focused on the end customer. In France, especially, each and every policy, we are deducting €1 from the premium, and we are spending this money for charity. And very dedicated charity to people who are in a very bad life situation. So we have a lot of concrete examples, but now it's a bit short to explain all of them. But we are really, let's say, very responsible, and we would like our customers to have the best possible products and fair price.
Okay. No, that's great. I think that that almost deserves a round of applause. I really like the mission-driven part of it. The real talk now, because we've heard a lot of success stories. We heard, okay, you transformed. It all sounds very easy, but you started at a time where the next customer discussion was not necessarily that active yet. So can you tell us a bit about what challenges you had to overcome?
Yes, time to time it was quite bumpy. The main challenge was the cultural change within the company, because we try to cultivate belief internally with our colleagues, but also with our distribution partners, that this transition between ideas and vision should be implemented and should be realized. Usually, many companies, they have very bright ideas, but the delivery stage is not so convincing. And for us, this took a lot of time to cultivate this belief, basically in the whole ecosystem around Wakam.
Mm-hmm. So really the cultural challenge
Yes.
was the biggest one to overcome.
Correct, yes.
Mm-hmm. And now, fully transformed, culture is super innovative. You mentioned your play and plug offering. Is this it, or what are you doing to now stay on top of what we call, then again, the next customer? So
Yes.
how are you staying ahead of the curve?
The first ingredient, I will return back again to our colleagues at Wakam, because we have culture free of impact culture within the company. We are trying to onboard people who are matching with this culture, and to be entrepreneurial, to be really free to do let's say a lot of tasks, to try them, to fix them, even if we fail. This is something that we try to impose in our company, and it works quite well. The next one is we are in a very close contact with our distribution partner, being brokers, MGAs or insurtechs, and they operate in numerous European markets, so we have direct access to different trends on the market, what are the needs of customers from products, how the pricing should be set up according to this tailor-made solution. So this diversity of partners that we have is helping Wakam really to be successful and innovative.
Great. Okay. Looking at the time, I have one final question for you. Look into the crystal ball, so to speak. Is this a path, Wakam's path, which is very unique, very transformative, very, as we said, took high commitments, overcame some challenges? Do you believe, is this a path that more insurers should take, or how will the insurance landscape look like going forward?
We are very humble, so we appreciate to have competition, and I believe the distribution strategies will be different. Incumbent insurers will be still focused on more traditional channels, but we are convinced that Wakam, for us, and we are focused to deliver really digital embedded insurance solutions, which are part of the ecosystem of our partners. I could give you numerous examples with Amazon, with Revolut, with Uber. These are part of our major customers. which are, let's say, technological giants. On the other side, we have more traditional customers and partners like MediaMarkt, with which we have again embedded insurance. So my view is that the future is digital. All customer journeys will be also digitalized, fully digitalized, and this will happen faster than we expect.
Okay, I love that bold vision, and I also love that, yeah, you trigger everybody to think about it. Rado, thank you so much for joining us and sharing some insights around your transformation. And I'm sure so Rado and the team of Wakam is around, so if you want to continue the conversation, that's for sure an opportunity. Thanks so much for joining us, Rado.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.